You want evidence? I've got evidence. I've got a whole lot of evidence. This isn't just me sitting up here telling you a story. I've got all kinds of circumstantial evidence and multiple witness testimony. If it was just me, by myself, without the multiple witnesses and without all the circumstantial evidence, you could write me off as crazy. You could write me off as a liar and a hoaxer. But not with the multiple witness testimony and not with the circumstantial evidence. You don't get to write me off as a liar and a hoaxer. Then one time we put peanut M&Ms in a gifting bowl. Next morning, we found that these peanut M&Ms had been sucked on and spit back into the gifting bowl in a puddle of saliva. So we collected those peanut M&Ms that were sucked on with a puddle of saliva, put them in this cleaned out, scrubbed with rubbing alcohol Tupperware to get rid of anything and everything, put it in there, sealed it and wrapped it with duct tape. It is still sitting in our freezer at home, waiting to be analyzed. Why don't you have it analyzed? Because hello, it takes thousands and thousands of dollars to get it analyzed. And you have to have it analyzed by the right people who aren't already stuck in the mud, prepared to throw you under the bus because they don't believe in the Bigfoot forest people, because their beliefs will taint their scientific outcome. No, it won't. Then you're naive. Yes, it will. You actually have to have the money and have the right person to do it. When that happens, we'll do it. There's Grady when he was younger. We have these foot casts, which you will see in the display case. If you haven't looked at them already, you can look at them during the intermission or after the talk tonight. They live in family groups, ladies and gentlemen. It was funny, I was at Northwest Track a couple days ago with Grady. How many of you have been to Northwest Track? I was there and I was wearing my hoodie right here, right? Team Squatch in USA. And one of the naturalists said, "So do you believe in Bigfoot?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she said, "Where do you see him?" And I said, "What do you mean, him? That sounds like singular, like only one." She goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Hello, is there one deer? Is there one bear? Is there one cougar?" She looked at me and she said, "No." I said, "Why do you think there's one Bigfoot?" They live in family groups. The family groups belong to clans. The clans belong to tribes. They have a culture and a spoken language. And she was looking at me like, "Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo." So I stopped the conversation. But the point is, here's dad, here's mom, here's the adolescent male, here's the juvenile female, and here's the toddler male. How do you know their gender, Matt? Because I've seen them. I have them recorded, spoken language, audio recordings. And I have the footcasts. I have evidence. They live in family groups. They have a culture, they have a spoken language. There's not just a Bigfoot. There's my buddy Johnny Manson out of Aberdeen, Washington. He's a DJ. He also hosts Sasquatch Symposium every November at Delta Casino. It's a good conference to go to. A lot of old schoolers though. But he's laying on the ground next to a 22-inch track. And then look here, down the trail that we put the food out. Do you see that? Do you see that?
Yes.
How about this right here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm doing a selfie because behind here you can't see my little dog Atlas, not Zeus sitting on Cynthia's lap, but Atlas before we got Zeus. He's pointing this guy out. So I'm doing a selfie because I know something's behind me and I hear it. And do you see the hair? Do you see the right eye and the nose? Do you see the mouth? And do you see the jawline right here? And the shoulders? Hair, right eye, nose, mouth, jawline.
Okay.
You see that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Selfie. Again, you can't see my little dog. He's behind here and he's pointing him out.
Wow.
Now, if you know anything about toy fox terriers, when they're out in the woods, all they do is run, sniff, and pee. Run, sniff, and pee. Run, sniff, and pee. Run, sniff, and pee. They don't stand still and point anything out. But Atlas, when he ran into a squatch, he'd point him out. That's why I took the picture. And then, this was captured in the woods, in the green belt behind our house in Puyallup, Washington. Do you see this one peeking from behind the tree?
Yes.
And then this one over here? That's because Atlas was pointing them out. Now we're going to look at this one individually. Do you see that?
Yes.
Eye, looking from behind the tree. And then this one, you see the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and the arm, and the nose. He's looking this way because guess who's on the path over here pointing them out? My dog. He's looking at Atlas while Atlas is looking at him.